Hi, welcome to the market view on this Valentine's Day of the 14th of February 2014. And let's start off by looking at the daily chart. And we can see the prices moved higher during yesterday, and have also moved higher for the last 5 or 6 consecutive days as well, since we made the low down here at 163 there, that psychological level. The market's traded higher up to this point here, so let's just put a few lines on the chart here and have a look at using the zero extension there, and just have a look and see where we are as far as the highs are concerned. And then what I'm going to do, switch to navigation. I'm going to just reduce the height a bit and then move over to the left, and let's have a look and see where we are. And as we look here, we can see that we're approaching an area where we have resistance, which is what we had before we had this little pullback here during the last couple of weeks, and then the market turning around and trading back up. So it's likely that we could drive through this area on this particular occasion, and the area of resistance, of course, is around the 166, 167 area. So 166.50 first, followed by 167, and then we've got this high over here, which is the 169, 170 level to be precise. So 170 over here shall prices continue to move higher. So on the daily chart, I'll just reset this again. We can see there that we've got prices trading at 166. Area where we've got this resistance from this sell, and then the market moving lower previously, and then finding support and trading back up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight days. In fact, it's a bit more than that if I can count that properly. There's 6, and then possibly the 7th today. So that's what the daily chart looks like. But yesterday, I don't think I've ever seen anything so dire, boring in all my life. At one point, I considered going down to home base and watching paint dry. It was so quiet, it was just unbelievable. The market moved higher first thing in the morning, traded up to the psychological level of 166.50. Bearing in mind that we have this resistance in the background, I thought, well, the market may have a go at it, but it just never happened. The market traded up to the high on this particular bar, which was the 166.72, so trading up towards the 167 area, and it didn't even touch the previous day's high. And then that was it. It just traded back. It gave a potential sell signal there, which was filled, just to add insult to injury. Traded sideways for at least 2 hours, and then started to move higher. So in this particular case, we've got the initial trade that's set up there with a potential loss of 29. Again, this can be reduced using the technique that I've shown you a few times this week in the overview, where we take 50%. So if we get a green bar coming into the market, we can see that we could have reduced it by a few pips if you had wanted to there, and then out of the market. So for a loss of around 20-25 pips on this particular trade, it was just incredibly boring. And considering that Yellen was supposed to be testifying yesterday afternoon, I thought we'd had some activity in the afternoon, but not a single thing. It was just unbelievable. I've not seen it like that for years. So today, the market no better really, finding support at the 166.42, the daily pivot. The market's just trading through at the moment the psychological level of 166.50. We're at 166.53 there. So on the whole, very boring for the pound yesterday, which means thank goodness for the Oz dollar, which managed to squeeze 20 odd pips out of yesterday in the 10-minute and also the 15-minute there as well. So there was something to do yesterday and a few pips to be had, even if it mitigated the loss that was taken on the 30 minutes in the pound there. So, but very, very strange and eerily quiet for a Thursday. Let's have a look at the news, see if we've got anything today that could liven the markets up. Apart from the US, everything else is medium impact. I don't think there's anything from the UK, nothing from the UK today, so really 130 we've got import prices, and then a whole host of other economic news items there, but only medium impact. The prelim UOM consumer sentiment comes out at 2:55, and that's about it really. It was even more strange yesterday. If we just go to the Forex Factory website, let me just go back a day. Unemployment claims yesterday, retail sales is the one I was looking for. It came out lower than forecast. This is what the bizarre thing about the markets at the moment. The retail sales came out lower than forecast, and yet the Dow finished up 60-something points. So work that one out, as if the lunatics have taken over the asylum at the moment. So we get worse than forecast retail sales figures, and yet the Dow moved higher. So something really strange is going on at the moment, and it's particularly that it was so quiet as far as the pound was concerned. It didn't even get pulled up by the Dow moving high yesterday, which is really odd. Really odd. Apart from, you can see this small move here, but really, really strange activity. So it's Friday. Will the market move today? I don't know. It's a case of waiting to see if it does. Thing to keep in mind is if this move to the upside offers a potential buy signal within the next hour or so, then be aware of what I've just shown you in the daily chart. So let's just recap. We've got the resistance at 166 on that high, and if we just zoom down into the bigger picture, we can see that we have more resistance here at 160. I can just find the figure there, 167, and of course we've got this at 170 over on the left as well. So be warned that there is some resistance around in the chart longer term. You can see the sort of pullbacks we've had when the market's got to these areas. So any long treat with a bit of caution, although the momentum is to the upside at the moment with the pound, as opposed to the downside having found support at the 163 and now moving back to the upside. So you could get 100 points to the upside today. If it drives through the 166, it could turn out to be resistance and move the market lower as well. So it's a case of having to play it as it unfolds. Right, well, that's it as far as the markets are concerned. Let's fingers crossed we get a better day today as far as volatility is concerned, and a lot more movement. And just to remind you, there's the two special offers that are going at the moment, with GKFX offering to absorb the first 300 potential losses, and ETX matching 50% of deposit as well. So I'll make the links available for those as well for you. Right, well, that's it for me for today, also for this week. It's been an odd week, very quiet week. Let's hope things liven up a bit after the weekend, if not from today. As ever, really appreciate your support. I don't take it lightly, and all things being equal, I will see you in Monday's Market View. Have a great weekend, and as ever, thanks for watching.